Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a guide and profitability look at the pickle production. This is by Caparo or Caparo. I think it's Caparo. I'm not sure. Anyhow, it is 7.17 megabytes to download, and it is available for all platforms. It's a pretty straightforward production, and this is actually the updated version already. Yeah, it's currently, this is changed along 1.1.0.0, I believe, is the current version we're on. Let me double check that just to confirm. I don't think, yep, that's the current version. So yeah, that's the version that we're using here. This came out a while ago. It came out on September, I think it was September 11th, looks like. Yep, it came out on September 11th. So yeah, we have the production here. We're to talk about how to use it, and we're to talk about if it is profitable or not. So to place down the production, of course, which is the start of any production process, you're gonna go under factories, go down to the very bottom where your modded productions are, find the pickled production or the pickle production here. It is $50,000 to place, and you just place it wherever you want. You can free roam it around like that. My map has a little bit of an issue right now, so I have to free place it if I want to place it, even there's nothing there, just because I've placed and removed so many things there. It just has like a little glitch, but that's not related to the pickles production. So yeah, that's it. That's the building there. You have 4 different products it's going to make, which we'll talk about in a second. Yeah, there's no sell point or anything with it. I don't know if you can open these doors actually or not. No, it doesn't look like that. You have your endpoint right here. You have your production menu right here, which you come up to this, hit R. It'll take you into the production menu. And if you don't want to do that, you can just hit escape and then go into your productions right on here to take a look at what you have built on the map. This is where your products that are made are going to spawn. Is right here in this little checkered box area. And yeah, other than that, I don't think you can go in any of these doors, anything like that. Nope. Pretty straightforward. It's not too big or anything like that. Not too crazy of a production. Yeah, and it takes different things and it pickles them. So what it's going to do, let's go ahead and take a look at that production menu. You have pickled chili peppers, pickled lettuce, pickled olives, and pickled tomatoes. Those are the 4 outputs. All the recipes are very simple. It's all 1-to-1. So 1 liter of chili peppers to 1 liter of pickled chili peppers, which is, by the way, how these recipes work. Lettuce, again, 1 liter to 1 liter. Pickled olives, 1 liter pickled, or olives to 1 liter pickled olives, and 1-to-1 there as well. So pretty straightforward recipe. Again, for your inputs, you have chili peppers, lettuce, olives, and tomatoes. And for your outputs, you have all the different pickled versions of those. You can hold up to 100,000 liters of each of the inputs, and it'll hold up to 50,000 liters of each of the outputs inside the factory itself, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, if you don't know how some of this stuff works, down here we have cycles per month. So this recipe is a cycle. This will happen 7,200 times per month. So if you have your month set to, I don't know, 9 days per month, that means that this is going to happen 7,200 times every 9 days. If you have your month set to 2-day months, it's going to happen 7,200 times every 2 days. Or if you have them set to 1-day months, it's going to happen 7,200 times a day. So that's how that's going to divide out. And the cost right here per month is how much it's going to cost to run. And again, that is also related to the cycles and stuff like that. So what I mean by that is if you have it set to 9 days per month, it's going to be $120 every 9 days to run this. And if you have it set to 1 day per month, it's going to be $120 a day to run this. But you're still going to get the same 7,200 cycles per $120 you're spending by having this running. Now, just be aware, if you don't have anything in here, you want to turn this off because it's going to keep charging you that amount over there. But if we click back over here, we have storing set for all of these right now, which we'll talk about that. You can also activate them down here. It's going to have a little exclamation point that says, hey, I don't have the materials, and it'll say materials missing here. So we'll deactivate it for now. Storing mode means it's going to build up in here until it has enough to spawn a pallet. It'll spawn a pallet in this area right here, and it'll keep doing that until this area is full. Once that area is full of pallets, it'll store them in here until there's 50,000 liters. And the moment you move any pallets outside, it will start spawning more pallets as it can. You can change that to, if I click back over here, to selling, which means every hour it's going to automatically sell what you have in here. However, you are going to take about a 20% hit on that, so just be aware of that. You're going to make more money if you sell them yourself. And then lastly, you have distributing, which means it's going to hold them in here and then distribute them to another factory that requires these as an input, which there's no other factory that I'm aware of that requires any of these pickled products as an input. So what that means is it'll just hold on to them inside here without spawning any pallets. So yeah, we're going to leave them all in storing. And what we're going to do is we're going to put some inputs in. So the one thing that comes in bulk is going to be olives. It's one of our inputs that comes in bulk. So you're just going to drive a trailer over top of the dump point here. And I'm going to dump them in. This is a run real capacity trailer. It's part of the Lizard Colossus pack. So it's got 500,000 liters in it, so we'll put 100,000 liters in here to get the olives filled up, because why not? There we go. Pull this off of here. We'll just get this kind of out of our way, I suppose. Turn that off. Okay. And then over here we have the other pallets of, well, we have tomatoes, lettuce, and chili peppers. Now normally you can't lift these by hand. I'm going to activate super strength to do so. So just be aware of what I'm doing here. You may have to use a forklift or something, or use liftable pallets mod by Yoast to move your pallets of them. These things are all, by the way, produced in a greenhouse. So if you wanted to put, which I have a video out on greenhouses as well. Actually, it's under here. If we go to greenhouses, these guys down here are going to produce your chili peppers, your lettuce, and your tomatoes, among other things, but those are the ones we're focused on there. So yeah, you just take your pallet, get it over this point right here, and it'll put it into the factory. We'll just go ahead and put all these pallets in here, because why not? We have them here, right? It'd be pretty straightforward. That one didn't want to go in. Looks like this is a little bit, yeah, a little bit of a finicky trigger, which I'm not a big fan of, so they have to be in like a specific spot, very specific spot to get them to go in. See if that does it. Nope, there we go. See, it's a little finicky, so I'm not a big fan of that. It'd be nice if the trigger was a little bit bigger, I think, area-wise, and it would just take everything in. But, yeah. That one will probably still be there. Yep. Get that. There we go. And they're all in. So now if we go into our menu, we have 100,000 liters of olives and 3,000 liters of the other ones. Let's go ahead and activate all of these. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward time, put a little break in here, and I'll bring you guys back in when we have some different stuff out here to take a look at the final products, and then we will talk about the profitability at the very end. All right, it's been a little bit, and everything is out here. We have our 4 different pickled items. We have our pickled chili, which again, actually these are only 100 kilograms, so even if I turn off super strength, so super strength is disabled, I can still lift these, so yeah. That's kind of nice. So once you pickle them, they apparently lose weight. I don't know if that's true or not, but it is for right now. So there you go. But yeah, pickled tomatoes, pickled olives, pickled lettuce, and your pickled chili. Isn't that just like another word for that? Like, I don't know. I can't remember. There's like another word for pickled lettuce, isn't there? Something similar to that, or cat? Maybe it's pickled cabbage. I don't know. All right, so yeah, all good to go there. That's talking about profitability. I also want to mention this is not a divided production. I'll mention that here before we go look at that. What that means normally with production, not normally I should say, excuse me, it's not like a normally thing. Sometimes with productions, if you have all of them running, they're divided. So what I mean by that, this one, pickled chili pepper, 7,200 times this every month. If I just have that one running, I know for a fact it'll do that. Some productions, if you activate a second one, it'll be 7,200 times every 2 months because it divides the production. And then if I put a third one activated, that means this 7,200 times is now going to take 3 times as long. And now if I activate all 4, they're all going to take 4 times as long. This one doesn't do that. They will all run at full capacity, full speed at all times, no matter how many you have running, which is pretty cool. So I like that aspect of it. But yeah, let's take a look at the profitability here. So here's my productions profitability table. It is linked down below in the description. You can make a copy of it and make adjustments as you want. It's got pretty much every base game production up here at the top. I haven't checked them all in a long time, so there might be some stuff that's out of date. But here we have our pickled production down here. So we have pickled chili peppers, lettuce, olives, and tomatoes. This is the input. So chili peppers, you can see the top, what the different categories are, stays with you no matter where you're at in the chart, which makes it a lot easier. But yeah, so we have input of chili peppers, 7,200 cycles a month. The input amount is 1 liter of the input chili peppers, which costs 81 cents. And then the output amount is 1 liter of pickled chili peppers, which are worth $1.30. This is the profit per cycle, which includes calculating, if you look at this calculation, it also is taking into account the fact that it costs $120 to run this every month. And then the profit per month, if you take basically the profit per cycle times the 7,200 cycles it'll do a month, you're making $3,400 extra every month. And yeah, and then it has the output, or the inputs and the outputs, the total you have to put in to keep this running at full capacity, which is kind of nice there. Now, if we go down here to use values, this is the second tab down here. These are the values I used for the various products. These are the kind of the max selling price for them in normal economy mode. And then up here through here, I have the lettuce, you know, like here's tomatoes, lettuce, chili peppers, olives were down here somewhere. But it has all of the different, where are the olives actually? There's the olives right there. It has all the different values of those. So the way I calculate the profitability is if instead of, I want to make sure it's worth it for you to use this production, but this one I think is worth it. I think you're making a good enough money, especially with how simple this is, that it's worth using. But the way I calculate it is, well, if you're taking chili peppers and putting them in here, this is how much you would get if you sold those chili peppers at the best price in general. So if you sold the chili peppers instead of putting them in here, you get 81 cents per cycle here. But if you put them in here and then you take them and turn them into pickled chili peppers, you're going to get $1.30. So I'm just comparing the two values. Is it better to actually put these products into this facility, or is it better to sell them separately? Sometimes you get different production mods like this one here, where it's better just to sell your inputs, the water, the sugar, the corn, separately, if you wanted to make some money. So just a couple things to think about. But regardless of that, that is what I've got for you guys today with the pickle productions. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.